before you can walk or talk, you're kind of like dumped on the floor and put in front of you are building blocks. Why? Why is that the first thing that we want to teach our kids? Before they can talk, before they can walk? It's more important than talking and walking then, isn't it? Isn't it? Or we wouldn't be doing it, but we do. You did it, I did it, and they're all still doing it.
Hands are the most efficient part of our bodies for manipulating objects and for physically modifying our environment. Our fingertips have evolved to contain some of the densest concentration of nerve endings in the body, so the sense of touch is most powerfully associated with the hand. Our hands are intimately joined to our brain by the nervous system. The hands and the brain mutually generate activity and development in one another. In the words of neurologist Frank Wilson, brain is hand and hand is brain.
What I try to teach them from the beginning is to learn to trust what their eyes are telling them and what their fingertips are telling them, because this is a living, breathing material. Each piece of timber can talk to you.
You kind of almost feel like it's an extended part of you. Your tool, you can kind of, before when I hold it, like this is an object and I'm using this object to make or cut wood or chisel away, but now it just feels more like an extended part of me. You can kind of feel it at the end of the chisel, rather than I'm just pushing this object into it. You get a more of an understanding of the feel of like, you know how the chisel is on the wood by the feel of it, not by looking. I think practice makes perfect, but it's definitely the feel. At first you have it, and it's like you're teaching your hand.
Woodworking tools allow the carpenter to perform a larger number of actions on wood than by hand and arm alone, and in ways that are more efficient and precise. These actions include pounding, tapping, pulling, cutting, chopping, carving, bending, shaping, boring, scraping, smoothing, bracing, holding, pinching, cramping, joining, and measuring. While gripping and using hand tools, they become effective extensions of the carpenter's arms, hands, and fingers.
I think particularly if there's more finer kind of work, cabinet design and stuff, there's a huge amount of knowledge. It's everything from the timber you're using, because the properties of that timber will obviously affect it, down to the tools you can use to solve it. It's not also just having the knowledge, it's picking the right solution for the problem, if that makes sense. Because you could pick a solution that wasn't wrong, but it probably wasn't the best either. So I think you have to be really switched on to solve all these problems.
They're skills for life, aren't they? Like anywhere you go, there's going to be stuff that needs fixing, and it's just kind of being able to have the confidence to think you could do that. As a lot of people, I have a fear of not leaving a legacy. I like the idea of making something which can outlast me.
I feel now like a maker, like I can make furniture, but also other things. You've got the knowledge or the sort of confidence to make anything.
I don't think there'll ever be a time when people don't want to make things by hand. Human beings have a desire to make things by hand. I think that will always be the case. Most of the things that we end up designing actually don't lend themselves to hand tools at all. So I think that's partly why we really love getting commissions where we can use hand tools.
When you've made something with hand tools, it feels more like you've made it rather than the machine's made it. You've got to do everything with a hand tool. You've got to set it up, you've got to sharpen it, you've got to know how to use it and know what it feels like.
The beauty, I guess, of learning with hand tools is that you can do it anywhere, and it's just...
And it's quiet.
It's quiet.
Work is now such a big part of my life where it wasn't before. And the way people react to what you do is really interesting.
It's definitely becomes a big part of your identity. And people do ask like how you make things and what skills you have and what tools you use. And you talk about it a lot, I think.
You're a person that can make things and knows how things go together, and that's definitely been my experience of becoming, changing career so dramatically. But I like that people think that I can do anything. It's really nice. I don't want to do anything else, and I don't think I would enjoy anything else as much. And it's challenging, but it's still a bit like you have to pinch yourself when you come into your workshop every day and think, oh, this is my job. I get to do this, what I want to do every day.